Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Today we're going to be talking about assumptions about flight attendants. So I'm going to be reading from my book. I asked a few of my friends and they sent me some few assumptions. So we're going to talk about it today and we're going to fix the country today, guys. So I'll be looking at this book, don't mind me. So yeah, today let's talk, guys. Grab your coffee, your tea. I'm actually a coffee person, so yeah, I have my Starbucks. So first and foremost, thank you guys for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate that. Well, if you haven't subscribed, come on, what are you waiting for? Come on, subscribe. Okay guys, so we're gonna start with number one. There's an assumption that we have different boyfriends from different countries. Guys, can you see how big the world is though? Can you see how big the world is? Generally speaking, okay, I'm speaking on behalf of any other cabin crew or flight attendant. Guys, it's highly impossible to have a boyfriend each and every country. For starters, most of the time we're tired, guys. We can't even eat or go out on our layovers because you'll be so tired. The flight will be so busy, demanding, you know, physically and mentally. So no, nah, no. Second, hey. Okay, someone thinks that flight attendants are stupid. Well, guess what? When you're 35,000 feet above sea level, you have a heart attack or you're choking, the same stupid flight attendant is the one who's going to save your life. How about that? Let me tell you something. I've flown with cabin crew. Most of them, they have degrees, diplomas. Some are qualified engineers, qualified doctors, qualified lawyers, you know. People choose to be flight attendants for different reasons. Some is because in their country, if they're a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer, it's not paying well compared to how much they'll be getting paid when they're a flight attendant. So no, no. We're actually intelligent human beings, okay? Another assumption is flight attendants are snobs or they have an attitude. It's not true, guys. Okay, let me tell you a typical day of a flight attendant. We wake up early morning, maybe it's 1 a.m. in the morning. We get dressed, we go for our briefing, we start the flight. If it's a full flight, I can save almost 40 people alone. One person, 40 people. That's just one way. Coming back, another 40 people. That's like 80 people, just one flight. If I do that by 10 days in a month, 80 people by 10 days, that's like 800, right? So how can we be snobs? We can conversate with anyone. Just try and strike a conversation in the airport with the cabin crew. You'd see, especially my airline, we're very nice people. We don't discriminate. We don't have attitude. We're not snobs. Just say hi. I know we might be intimidating in those uniforms, but under those uniforms, we just like any other normal human being or any other girl, or your normal typical girl, your next door girl. Yeah. So no, we're not snobs. Okay, some people think wow, some people think that flight attendants are broke. Oh Lord. Hey, you know what, maybe I don't know, but I'll speak for myself and the people that I know in the Middle East who are flight attendants. Most of them, they're not broke. They actually save money. And remember, some people join the airline industry the minute they leave school. So they don't have responsibilities. They're just here to experience life, experience the world, to actually enjoy their money, because they don't have responsibilities and their goal is to just travel and have fun. And then there's some of us who join just because we have goals, we have dreams, and we just want to retire with a lot of properties. Well, that's my goal plan. So for now I'm broke. Actually, I'll speak for myself. For now I'm broke just because I'm building a mansion, I'm building my house. So I'm always broke. You know how builders demand and the building material and all that. So I'm broke, but generally speaking, we're not broke. We save a lot of money, and we're paid well, guys. I can't complain. We are paid well. Well, for me, I can't complain. It's enough. And another one is flight attendants are alcoholics. Come on. I don't remember who said this, but guys, no. We know that alcoholics. I'm 7 years sober. I don't drink because I chose not to drink. Ever since I'm a born again Christian, I stopped drinking. So for me, the people that I've gone with on layovers or gone out with when I'm here, not flying, they just drink socially, a glass of wine here and there, and they're not alcoholics. Take for instance, we are far away from home. My country is like 10 hours away, and I don't have family here. The only family I know is the cabin crew, my colleagues, So, and the place that we stay in Qatar, Qatar is a very small country. You can actually go out, explore the country. Within a month, you'll be done with exploring the whole country. So after that, what do people do? They eat, they go for coffee, and they go for social drinking. That doesn't mean that they're alcoholics. No, it's just that that's one of the only things that you can do out here. That's all. We're not alcoholics. That we don't have time for family and relationships. It's not true. We do have time for family and relationships. It just, well, with family, we get to contact our families whenever you're free and all. Even on layovers, when you decide that, you know what, I'm not going to go out on this layover, you can always Skype, you can always voice call, you can always video call your family and all that. It's just the same as you. If you're at home there doing a 9-to-5 job, most probably during the week you won't have time for family. Yes, you're going to see them, but you won't have that quality time with family. Maybe during the weekend, that's when you have time. So it's just the same with us. And we can travel on our off days. If I have a day off, let's say I landed from New York, and in 4 hours there's a flight going back home, I can just take that flight and just go visit my family 3-4 days, then I come back for work. So we do have quality time and family time. Relationships, well, it's a bit shaky there, because you gotta find someone who will be able to understand your schedule, someone who understands you, because our job is actually, it's not a job. Being a flight attendant, it's a lifestyle, guys. It's a lifestyle. We're always in different countries. Today you're in Paris, dinner in Paris, breakfast in Milan, lunch in New York. So you gotta find someone who's not gonna be threatened by that, and someone who's gonna try and understand you, that probably you're tired today, you can't see them and all that. So we do have time for relationships. Some cabin crew, they are even married. Some are engaged, some have kids, We do have time for relationships. Okay, the notion that we are waiters. Please don't misquote me. I'm not talking bad about waiters. I used to be a waiter. Believe it or not, I used to be a waiter. I worked my way up to be a flight attendant. I used to be a waiter, and there's nothing wrong about being a waiter. But for us, it's not just chicken or beef or vegetarian. No, guys. For us, it's all about safety. The seat that you sit in an aircraft, that very seat that you bought, that you're sitting on, I have to check it before you come in, for your own safety. because you never know what's going to happen. I have to check it. And also, what else? First aid. I have to know first aid. I have to know how to deliver a baby. I have to know what to do when you have a heart attack. I have to know what to do when your nose bleeding. I have to know what to do when you've fainted. I have to make sure that the minute we land, you are alive. So we're not just chicken and beef or vegetarian. We are more than that, guys. We are more than that. And believe it or not, flight attendants, some of them, 3/4 of them, they're actually learning to be pilots. Yeah, they're paying their way through pilot school. And yeah, we're not just chicken and beef. No. Hell to the no. Okay, someone says there's an assumption that flight attendants talk about passengers. Let me correct you on that. We don't talk about passengers, we communicate. There's a difference between talk and communicating. We communicate about passengers. As I mentioned previously, that I can serve 40 people in a flight, just one way. I need to know if they have an allergy. I need to know if they're diabetic. I need to know if they have an insulin. I need to know. I need to take care of them if they have a baby, you know. You know how hard it is or challenging it is to travel with an infant? I have to be there. I have to be a nanny at the same time, and I have to be your doctor. I have to be your nurse. I have to be your comforter, because there are people who are scared of flying. So I have to help you throughout the whole flight so that you can have a comfortable flight. So we do not talk about passengers, we communicate. So for instance, if I am to go for my break, if it's a long flight, like an ultra long flight, if I go for my break, maybe I go and rest to sleep or something, my colleague takes over my zone, the area that I was working in. So my colleague should know, seat number 35, they're allergic to this. Seat number 32, they're gluten intolerant, you know, they're lactose intolerant. Seat number what, they're diabetic, so they need to have a meal here and there. Please check on my customer 19 Alpha, 19 Charlie. You need to help them take care of the baby. They have an infant, so make sure if there's turbulence or something, make sure they remove the baby from the bassinet for their safety and the baby's safety. So it's communication, we're not talking. Imagine 18 hours and you're on my flight. I don't even recognize your face. I don't even remember you. What kind of a person will I be? I need to know, because sometimes there are people who leave their seats, they go to the lavatory, and maybe they faint inside the lavatory. It's locked, they're inside, they faint. So if I don't remember that seat, someone was sitting there, and if I walk around, I can't find you, I need to automatically think you're in the lavatory. If I go there, I check, I time you, and I see that no, there must be, clearly there's something wrong. Why are they not coming out? I have to open that door and rescue you. So I need to know. I need to know. So it's more of communication than talking about passengers. We don't talk about passengers. No. What else? What's the famous one? That we like shopping. Yeah, we do like shopping. That much I can attest to. Guilty as charged. The reason being is shopping is a form of therapy for me. As I keep mentioning, my job is challenging physically, mentally. Shopping, it helps, you know, when you get to a destination. You know how Dubai, I've lived both in Dubai and Qatar, and both places, they're very expensive in terms of cost of living. So when we fly to other countries, that's a way for us to get to shop, you know, because prices are generally cheaper than Doha, Qatar, and Dubai. So prices are generally cheaper outside. So when we get there, we go and shop. It actually relieves you. If you had a bad flight, you know, if you experienced a bad flight, maybe it was just too busy and all that, you know, when you go shopping, you just feel like, you know, it's therapy. For me, it's therapeutic. And what's the other one? Oh, regarding relationships, someone was like, I think flight attendants find it hard to actually settle down, just because of the certain lifestyle they're living. That's not true. Flight attendants are just like normal women, normal human beings. We can settle down, but sometimes it becomes hard to settle down. Okay, let me put it this way. So there's a guy who was saying the lifestyle that flight attendants are living is so luxurious, such that they don't want to settle down. They don't want to settle down or something. Then I told them that no, it's not like that. Usually people say don't ask people for something you cannot do for yourself, or do not ask your man for something you cannot do for yourself, something you can't even afford for yourself. So I've worked hard, whether it's 10 years, 15 years in this industry, whether it's 3 years, 2 years in this industry. I've worked hard to be where I am, and I'm now accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So I'm not asking the next person to carry on with that lifestyle for me. All I'm asking is at least once in a year, let's go for a vacation. Who doesn't want a vacation with their loved ones once in a while, even when you have kids and all that? And remember, when you now have kids, it's good to showcase the other side of the world, you know? So it's not like we cannot settle down. We can, but we think out of the box. We don't want to settle for less, you know? So also, do not approach a flight attendant if you know you can't. Not in a bad way, but I hope you guys get me. Okay, and the most famous one, flight attendants and pilots. People think that flight attendants date pilots or they sleep with pilots. Guys, there's no such thing. Listen, sis. Listen, girlfriend, listen. The only time we see pilots, we have our own briefing. We get to the aircraft, the pilots are there, and we introduce ourselves. They also introduce themselves to us, so that we get to know each other. We get to know who's the pilot, who's the captain. In case of emergency or hijackings, they need to know my face. I need to know their face for safety reasons, you know. From there, they just go in the cockpit. That's it. And the only time we are in the cockpit, guys, is when we are serving them food, or they ask for a drink, or they're hungry or something. Or they just introduced this rule like a few years back. Remember the flight, the captain who crashed an aircraft some few years back? There were two in the cockpit, so the other one went to the lavatory. So when he went to the lavatory, the other pilot locked the cockpit, and then they crashed the aircraft. So ever since then, the aviation industry changed the rules. They're like, nope, every time there should be at least 2 people in the cockpit. So one of them, if they want to go out to the lavatory, they have to call at least 1 crew, so that there are 2 people. That's the rule. No matter what, we can't break that rule. There has to be 2 people. So when it's 2 people there, usually when they call 1 crew to be there, 3/4 of the time everyone is busy. No one wants to go there because, one, like I said, I've got 40 people that I'm serving, guys. Amongst those 40 people, someone wants a baby diaper, someone wants baby milk, someone wants a cocktail, someone wants their gin and tonic. Oh, my gin and tonic, it's too weak, can you add more? Someone wants what? Tissue, but they can always get the tissue from the lavatory, but somehow they need tissue so that I can bring it to them. So as a customer, you're always right, I bring it to you. Someone wants a blanket, an extra blanket. Someone is hungry, they need pretzels. Someone wants Diet Coke, someone wants Pepsi. So I've got a lot of things that I'm doing. So 3/4 of the time, no one wants to go to the cockpit. And if someone goes to the cockpit, it's just for a very short time, because the person who's in the lavatory is not going to take 20 minutes. It's not going to take 5 minutes. It's not even going to. So this whole notion of flight attendants and pilots sleeping together or dating, it's non-existent. And if it is, it's a very slight chance, and it doesn't happen at work. It only happens just because it's 2 people who fell in love and they want to date each other, just like any other profession, people who date at work. Yeah, so, and also some of them do that just because they can understand each other's schedules better than dating someone who's not in the same industry as them. Is, guys, trust me, it's very challenging to date outside your profession. especially if you're a flight attendant or a pilot. It's really challenging. Most of the time you're tired, most of the time you just want to chill, most of the time you just don't want to talk. You just want to be with your loved one on the side, and you just want to be zip. But someone wants to talk, someone wants to what? We're tired. Just imagine serving 800 people in a month. In a month, it's draining, it gets challenging. Sometimes you just want to sit down, kick back, you know, relax and recharge. That's all. What else? I guess that's all, guys. So if you have anything, or if you have other assumptions, please put them down on the comments. And I just want to thank you once again, guys, for watching my videos. Please help me reach at least 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, if there's anything else you want to know or you want me to talk about, please feel free to ask, and I'll definitely do that if I can. Stay safe, guys.